Welcome to episode 817 of Hard Factor. It's another What the Fuck Wednesday, November 17th. It always freaks me out when it's 817, November 17, too many 17s. 2021, thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will to talk to you today about a whole bunch of stuff. But first, we're so close to 50,000 followers on Instagram at Hard Factor News. Please stop what you're doing. Go there, follow at Hard Factor News on Instagram. Help us to get to 50K. Also, help us to get to 35K on TikTok and 25K on Twitter while you're at it, at Hard Factor News. So do that. Also, there's trivia
while you're at it.
This Friday night. While you're at it, you may as well just go to patreon.com/hardfactor, sign up for the Send in the Card tier, and join us for trivia this Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern as well.
Sign up for a year, you'll get some free merch.
Wow, look at that. Just do all those things right now.
What a day.
Yeah, it sounds like what a treat. And today we're going to talk about a lot of trends, some of which I'm too old to fully understand. That's what's in the cup of coffee. What do you guys?
That's going to happen more and more, right? As that's going to happen more and more as we get older.
But I can make up for that because I'm so thirsty at being young that I'll meet you somewhere in the middle over there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I read about what I don't understand,
and I'll half understand them. That's what I'm saying.
You haven't done the things I don't think. I'll be excited to see if you've done.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
what I'm willing to do to fit in with the young kids.
Pat's like Steve Buscemi. Hello, fellow children or kids.
Skateboard.
Yeah. I mean, it's What the Fuck Wednesday, like you said. So I brought back. Well, that's fucked up. And this time I'm doing a deep dive. I did some journalism today.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I got to say, this is probably the tightest TikTok international moment I've ever brought.
Wow, nice.
It's like a tiger.
It's ridiculous every step of the way, and it is chock full of information and comedy. Pretty proud of it.
Wow.
Awesome.
Okay. Exciting.
Okay.
What about you, Wes?
I'm going to be telling you guys about Frank Towers, and that's all you need to know.
Frank Towers.
Frank Towers.
Great name.
Sounds like a great guy.
Yeah.
Menacing name.
He's something.
There's a correction too. All right.
Oh yeah.
From listeners Simon Clark and Rick Holt, Barca Universal tweets: new information points to Eric Abidal's wife being the one responsible for ordering the beating on footballer Kiera Hemraoui. It was supposedly revenge for sleeping with Eric Abidal while he was Barca's sporting director and Hemraoui was playing for Barca. So,
whoops.
Did she know he was married?
Well,
probably Wes, but
he's like a public figure.
The main problem is that we blamed her teammate.
I know that.
All media, including Hard Factor, had assumed it was
Just not going to let her off that scot free if she knew he was married.
She knew.
So
turns out she's the villain.
Yeah,
apologies to Aminata Diallo, who everybody, including us, had assumed because she was the backup, wanted her gone, Nancy Kerrigan style or Tanya Harding style. But I still wonder if Diallo is friends with Abidal's wife.
These guys,
I have a little bit of a curiosity.
What doesn't change is these guys did not want to be there. That regardless of motive, the gentleman that whoever sent really
do a good job.
not want to be there.
They didn't execute the leg strikes well at all.
Well, they couldn't even
break a
legs.
knee.
It was
with an iron bar.
The most fucked
Horrible.
up part of this story, I think, is the fact that everyone thinks that it should have been the other woman because she should be so envious because this woman is better than her, has all of her jobs.
Tough for Diallo.
That's so tough.
That's
for
what
her.
I'm saying. I hope she was kind of involved a little bit because that
I hope
makes
so
it easier on
too.
her. Makes
I
it
hope
easier
so
on her.
too. I hope
Makes
she
it
at least
easier.
knew. Maybe she was paid to drive her there, didn't organize it, but knew the hit was coming because otherwise it's just really embarrassing for
Really hope she knew
her
it was
because
coming.
everyone in the world thinks she has the most motive ever.
Yeah. Tough.
Yeah.
But
could sue the
These
media.
are problems a starter doesn't have, though. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's embarrassing for her.
But Diallo might come out of this because now everybody knows Hemraoui's a home wrecker. So
Right.
that's
it's,
true.
Diallo
They're at least going
might
to take the captainship away from her. You
come
can't
out
have,
smelling like
can't have a
roses.
home wrecking
Not
captain.
captain behavior.
No.
Don't blame that guy's wife one bit, you know?
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, that's a correction for us and the
Sorry.
entire media at large. It's not just us.
Yeah.
All right. It was everybody. It was sorry.
And
but
the
also-
police arrested her because it was there was so much motive.
Yeah. I mean, I blame
Like
the
they-
French police mostly.
Yeah.
So that's just, take it with a grain of salt. All right. Let's do the news, fellas.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
It's holidays, history, and trending news, and your cup of coffee in the big time. But first, a fun fact. Did you know, keeping it with French soccer, Kylian Mbappe has assisted 4 out of 5 of Karim Benzema's last goals for France, Les Bleus. And it's now reported that they will play together next year for the same club, Real Madrid. So
it did go through finally, the trade.
Okay. It's like Real Madrid's openly talking about how it's going to happen.
Okay.
So,
because there was a deadline that passed, and it was like, oh, Mbappe's going to stay at PSG with Neymar and Messi.
This
and
year.
Just this year. Okay.
Apparently, it's like a done deal. The international teammates will be at Real Madrid together next year.
Big news for Real Madrid.
Yeah, they're going to be good again. Also, the USA will hopefully make the next World Cup, currently number 1 in CONCACAF qualifying, despite tying Jamaica on Tuesday.
We didn't beat Jamaica?
Well,
1-1
but
tie.
okay, but we waxed Mexico on Saturday.
We did.
We beat Mexico 2-0. We're won
still top of the table.
We're number 1. We're number 1.
We're still top of the table. Hopefully it finishes.
We're
that
like
way.
3-0-1 in World Cup qualifying. Yeah, we're going to be.
We're 4-4-2 now. Again,
4-4. And not only are we going to qualify, we're getting out of the opening stages. Book it.
I hope so. I mean, this team is.
We're going to the knockout round.
They're looking way better than the team that didn't make the World Cup for the first time.
Probably like plus 300.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hope we don't draw
we're pretty good.
Group of death.
Yes, we don't want to draw the group of death. Good knowledge there, Pat. Good tip.
We'll see. There's always one in the World Cup. November 17th, holidays today. Homemade Bread Day, National Baklava Day, National Black Cat Day, National Take a Hike Day, Petroleum Day, and also Little Mermaid Day. I feel like those ones are kind of like the tit for tat there. Petroleum is like drilling in the ocean day, and then Little Mermaid Day at the same time, where they have the mermaids and the seagulls. And
under the sea, you keep spilling your oil. Under the sea.
Seems a little weird. They're back to back.
He just died, remember? This year.
Sebastian,
R.I.P. Yeah.
You know what else is RIP? All the sea life that's just getting killed
Right.
by that oil spill that they won't fucking cap in the Texas Gulf, man. What's that lady's name? I forget. The female CEO of that energy company. She just doesn't give a fuck.
The one that was on fire, the Mexican national one?
It's a different one. They did a 60 Minutes on the other day. It was really disturbing.
Crazy. Well, Petroleum Day. They got to drill to get that gas. Today in history.
Got to kill a few seagulls to get that.
Yeah. Well, and apparently, I think they're going to be drilling more offshore now because they don't want to drill on continental land in North America. I don't know, because gas prices are going up. They're going to be getting oil from other places.
What I'm getting at, Will, is it's the fucked up issues with the judicial system where essentially like they had the spill, right? And then someone solved the problem, but they can't accept the piece of technology because if they accept the piece of technology, then that's admitting liability. It's that kind of situation, which happens all the time in our great legal system here.
Well, even if it's new technology?
It's new technology.
Companies are not going to accept that liability.
Reference COVID, Pat.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, where did it come from?
Do you think someone's going to accept oil spill when people won't even accept COVID?
When the government won't accept COVID.
No one takes responsibility
of creating COVID.
Yeah. You'll hear. I have a story where people aren't taking responsibility coming up.
Shocking. Today in history, November 17th.
Taylor Energy.
Taylor Energy. They need to get on Eco Health Alliance too. There's a lot of companies that got to answer some questions. Today in history, November 17th, 1558. Elizabeth I became the Queen of England at age 25. She ruled until her death in 1603. She was known as the Virgin Queen because she never took a husband or had kids, but rumor was she liked to bang. She chose her successor, King James, who everybody ended up hating, so she was remembered extremely fondly in the end after her long rule.
I was going to say, is that the current Queen's mother?
Right?
Because she old as fuck.
She old as fuck. She 1500s.
Yeah,
what's up with all these headlines coming out about the Queen recently? It's like the Queen can't take a shit, and then
she's
the
been having
Queen
health issues.
can still drive.
Well, she's so old. I mean,
she doesn't go far, and those cars are safe.
She's on like Queen watch at this point in her life.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like everything she does. The Queen farts. It's a story.
Yeah, they're like moving the roads for her as she's driving, like literally like paving new. Yeah. You're good job. You're in the lines there.
We
The
got
Queen
time.
had trouble with her dentures this morning.
How do you know the queen liked to bang? What are the rumors?
Because basically the Catholic Church, she had problems with the Catholic Church. But people always wondering if she fucked out loud, and apparently among the royals, the rumor was that she liked to bang. But then
the paintings in her room, Wes, of the orgies, the naked orgy paintings.
Right. So the rumor on the street was that she liked to bang, but then she never had a husband or kids, so it was just. It was a big drama.
She was popular.
She must,
during her reign, right? And then afterwards, people hated her at the end of her reign, but then, like I said, she chose a successor that they all kind of ended up hating more than her, which was smart by her because then they liked her more. They wanted to wish she was back afterwards.
She reigned. She reigned in Spain. She reigned in England.
She did. She was an effective monarch. And in 1800. November 17th, the U.S. Congress held their first session in D.C., Washington, D.C., the swamp, before the Capitol was even completed construction. So they were already meeting in there. And then on November 17th, 1970, the first patent for a computer mouse was issued. And since then, graphical user interfaces really changed people's lives.
Do you remember how cool the mouse was back when we were very, very young? It was a big deal. Different.
It still blows my mind.
I know.
I mean, a computer with a mouse today is still 10 times better than a computer without a mouse. You plug a mouse into a computer, you get so much more effective on the computer.
It's 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
But people think that you can do graphics and stuff if they see you with it, and really, it's just so you can.
Yeah, it's weird to have them.
It's easier to
tabs
go fast. Tabs, exactly. Yeah, that's it. All right, moving on to the trending news. Honorable mentions, a lot of them. Lucid electric vehicle stock is surging. If you're interested. Pitcher Noah Syndergaard chose the Angels over the Mets for a 1-year deal. Spider-Man No Way Home trailer featuring Doctor Strange is out now. It's dropping while we're recording. Beto O'Rourke is running for governor of Texas. I hope you guys think we'll get McConaughey too.
I hope so. It doesn't sound like it, though.
I hope so. Wyoming.
10 more years of Abbott.
It's all Abbott. Wyoming GOP kicked Liz Cheney out of the party. A hilarious, no homers allowed move from The Simpsons. Pretty funny. Biden signed the infrastructure bill, while BBB looks like it's on shaky ground. And McRib hate trended. It's everybody on Twitter was making the same horrible joke. They said, "You won't take the vaccine, but you'll eat a McRib," and basically 1 million people tweeting that at once got the McRib to trend.
Do not drag the McRib into COVID.
Yeah,
fighting.
well, to that I say I do both because I'm an American. I eat the McRib and I take the vaccine. Speaking of being an American, Reese's Pie trended again. That's 2 days in a row for Reese's Pie. People want the Reese's Pie.
You think they'll make more? They have to, right?
Oh, come on, 2 days in a row trending.
They'll make a Christmas one now. They have to. They'll do if they might not be able to get them out for Thanksgiving, which is next week, but they're gonna do another round of Christmas. They're gonna do a holiday pie.
This is gonna spawn so many moms thinking that they can make a homemade one.
It's gonna be so bad. They're gonna be terrible. Yeah.
They're not gonna be even at all. The chocolate on the top's gonna be so uneven.
It's the same, honey.
How many people are gonna call it Reese's Pie, and you're gonna assume it's one of the 3,000, and it's instead one of the hundreds of thousands of crappy ones?
Is it numbered, mother?
Shit.
Yeah. Is it really a Reese's Pie, or is it Teresa's Pie?
Thanks for the shit pie, Mom.
Yeah.
when nobody can break the top because the chocolate's too hard. All right, number 3. I'm the Laura Ingraham, the Ingraham angle. You guys watch that big Ingraham angle, guys? Watch
you have
it.
to pay me a lot of money.
Okay,
Catch it from time to time.
You do, Wes. I have never really seen it, but here's a clip that we have to play because it was trending and it's pretty funny. So here's Ingraham angle.
Those woke storylines in so many shows today. I was watching an episode of You where measles came up.
Wait. When did I mention measles?
I don't know. It was on You.
What was on me? What are you talking about? Right? Is Raymond even hearing what I'm saying? I never had the measles.
Was on You.
We never did a measles and vaccine episode. Is this a joke?
I know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It was on You. It was on You.
I've never had.
Explain to her what you is, dude.
I've never had measles. What are you
He's doing a
talking
straight
about?
bit.
It's stupid.
It was an episode of a show, Laura.
What's it called?
You.
What is he talking about?
It's called You.
I've never done a show on measles. I just completely give up. We gotta get
It's
on.
a show
I give up.
called You on Netflix.
There you go.
There's
There
a
it
show
is.
called Lowering on Netflix.
I'm moving on to Adele. I can't explain this to you.
What's he
The
talking
pop
about?
singer had an open.
We're having fun on Fox News.
It's amazing.
Do you think they're both in on it?
Yes, 100%. That's a who's on first bit.
You think so?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think.
I don't think she was in on
She
it.
might think
not have
either of them
been.
were in on it.
At
He
the
was
end,
in on it.
No. At the end, she gave it away. She literally thought that he was talking Laura Ingraham.
Yeah.
He's a dummy.
I think he doesn't know how to explain things, and
Right.
he didn't even try. It's like when you're playing a game like Pictionary or whatever, and or like charades, and you're trying to explain it, but you don't go for a different angle. You're like instead of like
Right.
describing
You
a
got
different
stuck.
clue.
But then
he
You
just got
have to
stuck.
understand this.
Yeah.
You're telling me that dude wants his You?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So many people watch
Everyone
You. The weirdest
watches
part
You.
to me is that she's never heard of the show You. Who the
Yeah.
fuck hasn't heard of that by now? What?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that makes her extremely unrelatable.
yeah. Like, who hasn't at least heard somebody talking about the show
How
You? Even if you don't
self-absorbed is
watch
she?
it. Right. Like, even if you
There's
don't
a
Very.
show named after me on Netflix.
She's a host on
Never
Fox
had the
News.
measles.
That's the answer to your question. But no, okay, there's no way we'll ever be able to get to the bottom of it. Is the problem. Because
No, she doesn't know. She had
they're
no
going to come
idea.
out and say it was a gag if people start calling
Well, they
it dumb.
will. They'll claim gag. of
It's
course.
funny.
It was a great clip. Great
It was
clip.
good. Yeah, it was well done.
Maybe time to reevaluate if you're a huge Ingram Angle viewer, but maybe I shouldn't talk so much shit because number 2 today is trends I'm too old to understand. Starting with Naruto is in Fortnite now. So 2 things I know absolutely nothing about. From what I've read, these are popular anime characters. Here they are, picture
Yep.
for you guys. That will be featured as skins and NPCs in the enormously popular third-person shooter.
Does he have whiskers? Is the one
Game
guy a
Fortnite.
cat?
Yes, I think so. Mark.
The one
It's
guy's a cat.
man. It's a cat
You'd
man.
love it, Mark.
No, I'm not an anime guy. No,
Well, take my word
do
for
like-
it. You'd really love it.
I do like Japanese video games like Final Fantasy.
Fortnite
but
will. It's on the
We all know.
Unreal
We all
Engine.
know what we know what.
Well, I know
Fortnite
what that is. It's a
We know what
third-person
Fortnite
shooter
is.
game. It's got 3 modes.
It's got battle mode.
I looked up to
It's
free
Battle
game.
Royale.
learn
You
a
can't
little
believe
bit
how
more about it.
you can't believe it's free. It's free game.
The graphics look a lot better than they first did. I got to admit when I did some research for this. And speaking of Japanese stuff, Mark, these Naruto characters even bring a new throwable paper bomb kunai as a weapon.
Don't know
in
what
the
that
game
means.
as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not hating on it. I literally am just too old. If I was 15 years younger, I would be weirdly into Fortnite. Probably weirdly into it.
Paper bump. Yeah, kunai. That makes sense.
Fortnite's the game that these people
That
make
is no
millions of
clue.
bucks on Twitch, right? They make the
Yeah,
people
it's like
watch them
Ninja
on
got
Twitch.
famous because he was
Right.
good at Fortnite.
Right. Yeah,
It's one of them.
exactly.
Yeah, Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of
Wes,
them.
I'm glad
What
you
if-
brought up Twitch.
What's another one, Pat? Apex Legends?
I don't think so. No, not that
No,
one.
you don't like Apex?
No, it's not a real game.
It is. Apex
It
something
is,
is.
for
Yeah, it
sure.
is.
So,
Yeah.
It's bigger. It's bigger
All
than Fortnite.
Look,
That's
I'm
old
glad
hat.
Wes brought up Twitch.
Ninja's so good at Fortnite. That's why.
Twitch is another app I don't understand. And taking
Look
it
at
to
him
more,
play.
He's so
I never
good.
want the controller.
Oh my God, he killed me again, but it was I got killed by Ninja.
It's like constantly sleeping over at a selfish friend's house.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, watching Twitch.
No,
Yeah,
they'll
but
never
Ninja
let
play.
you play.
you know why you do it is because you don't have the skills to beat the level they're
That's
beating.
true. If you were as good as Ninja, would you give the controller to your shitty friend?
No, you're like, oh,
No.
he beat it again.
Yeah.
And you go back to just grinding and never beating it.
Can I watch you eat McDonald's later?
It's a little different than that because like you're actually like learning the method to how to maybe. Okay, I see your point. But Twitch, I don't understand that app, and then we're gonna talk about more apps I don't understand that are trending in number 2. Another one I'm too old to fully grasp. You can get some of the $92 million TikTok is giving users for selling their data at TikTokDataPrivacySettlement.com.
Yep.
So apparently, if all the users sign up, you each get like $1. So nice. And Snapchat was
So
totally
they
down.
So they are stealing our data.
Yes, they don't. They're stealing it and just paying $92 million because they don't even want to go to court. They're just paying.
Gotcha.
It. They're just
Well,
like,
since all your data's probably already stolen anyways, follow us on TikTok.
there you go.
You
and
guys-
also get your money for it. Get your
Yeah.
You guys
Sign
know
up,
about
get a
class
dollar.
action
$2.
hawks?
Here's your $2.
Class action. People that hawk class action lawsuits all day. There's people that make a living off this,
Oh, it's like ambulance chasers.
but it's such worse money.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you're not going to get much, but you can go get some. If you've been
right,
a
there's
TikTok
a
user
threshold
since
where you really
before
don't have
September.
to prove that you bought whatever the stupid
Right.
product is that they're paying $15 for. But there's a website that just lists them all out, and you can just sign up for them all day and get like $12 to $15 checks.
That's kind of awesome.
Nice. Well, I mean, anybody can go get if you've been a TikTok user before September of this year, TikTok dataprivacysettlement.com. And you can get some dollars. And Snapchat was totally down on Tuesday, and both the TikTok and Snapchat thing happened, and my life was completely unaffected by either of those. Turns out the reason Snapface went down was because Google Cloud outage that affected at least Spotify, Discord, Snapchat, Etsy, and many other online applications
Fucked
on
my day
Tuesday. It did? Okay.
Didn't get my
Yeah,
snaps off.
Totally,
Get my
man.
snaps. My
But-
Naruto. I was trying to snap those Naruto fools. I was like, they got in a Fortnite.
You tried. But luckily for you guys, you could do it because
Couldn't
users
get my dick pics out,
users could text their friends and their dicks as unicorns in the filter again by the early afternoon once the Google Cloud outage.
Speaking
was
of you, Chris D'Elia's day was probably fucked up. He couldn't get his dick pics snapped out.
that's tough.
And Will, your day wasn't affected. Excuse me, but you're a current TikTok star with 2.5 million views.
I can't use TikTok, Twitch, or I can't use any of them.
There's
I'm glad
millions. There's millions of teenagers that are seeing your mug on TikTok. So
Shout out Eric and
poo-poo.
Jackson.
Don't poo-poo
I'm not
TikTok.
poo-pooing it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I can't get on there myself. So I'm glad that people are enjoying it. But
Twitch talk.
not on there myself.
Alfred Twitch
Snap
talk.
face.
Jackson and Eric, thank you for keeping the Twitch talk going. Which brings us to number one, or
The cream of the crop!
speaking at the Wonderland Psychedelics Conference in Miami last week, Mike Tyson, the 55-year-old former heavyweight champ, he said this about psychedelics. He said, I died during my first trip. In my trips, I've seen that death is beautiful. Life and death both have to be beautiful, but death has a bad rep. The toad has taught me that I'm not going to be here forever. There's an expiration date. So
Good
the
Tyson.
toad.
Good Tyson.
Oh, thanks. The toad is Bufo alvarius, a Mexican amphibian known as the Sonoran desert toad, and it spends 7 months of the year living underground. But when it's active, the venom can be smoked to produce a short psychoactive trip that lasts for about an hour, which Iron Mike has participated in 53 times and counting to combat depression and to keep him grounded, among other things.
This is the same toad that the porn star was Nacho Vidal was giving
killed
people.
someone.
Yeah,
Yeah, it can kill you.
it's the same toad. Yeah,
It can, but Mike has done it. He's a veteran of the toad.
Right.
We'll get into it. But
Okay.
this is how it started. He goes, I did it at the dare. I was doing heavy drugs like cocaine, so why not? It's another dimension. Before I did the toad, I was a wreck. The toughest opponent I ever faced was myself. I had low self-esteem. People with big egos often have low self-esteem. We use our ego to subsidize that. The toad strips the ego.
Oh, wow.
So Mike credits the toad with helping him to start boxing again, lose 100 pounds, reconnect with his family, and basically with saving his life in general. He loves toad so much, he even has a toad nursery added to his cannabis farms in Southern California, and he wants to keep pushing psychedelics as a legit form of therapy for humans. So
yeah.
I buy it big time, man.
I want to go to his fucking ranch in SoCal so bad.
Telephone.
Licking toads.
Yeah.
A very good friend of ours, I'll tell you his name off the show, has started a psychedelic retreat where he's working with a medical doctor to help treat people through psychedelics.
I bet I know who it is.
Yeah.
We all know who it is.
I gotta go to both of these.
Is there any DMT involved?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sometimes in West's garage.
Yeah.
Damn right. Let's get it. So Mike agrees. Mike agrees, Pat, with your friend who's starting the therapy
Our
treatment
friend.
center.
Yeah.
It's
Our friend.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
friend. I don't know yet, but yes, our friend.
You know.
Yes, I do know. I do know our friend who has the therapy treatment center with psychedelics. Mike agrees. He says, people see the difference in me. It speaks for itself. If you knew me in 1989, you knew a different person. My mind isn't sophisticated enough to fathom what happened, but life has improved. The toad's whole purpose is to reach your highest potential. I look at the world differently. We're all the same. Everything is love. And that's straight from the champ, Iron Mike Tyson. That's hard to argue.
If you want to know what he was like in '89, just ask Robin Givens.
Yeah, or Evander Holyfield's here.
If you're new to boxing and Nintendo and you're wondering, why is Mike Tyson not on Super Punch-Out in the later copies?
Tyson was the biggest handful on earth in the 80s.
Tyson fits in real well with my next story.
Oh, man. Well, good.
Well, if Tyson can be cured by the toad, then anyone can, right?
Oh, man.
Maybe the next person needs
a
to get on
glowing endorsement.
That Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia on Vice, they do a toad episode. It's really good if you guys are curious about toad. They go down and like hang with the toad guys.
Dude.
And the dude cries because he finds like a dead toad. Someone ran over a toad, and that does not fly with the toad shaman.
Nah,
he's like, we'll still smoke it, though.
Yeah, they still smoked it.
Worth their weight in gold. Yeah.
He would have wanted us to.
They found a way.
Yeah.
Don't waste the toad's soul. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm convinced. I want to book my trip down to Mike Tyson's ranch after doing this story. And that's
or our friend's place. Let's go. Let's all go.
Yeah, wait, both. I want to go to both. I'll do both.
Yeah.
And then let's get it on to this next story that's related. But first, today's cup of coffee was brought to you by our coffee provider, Beanbox. I don't know about you guys, but I've been having a hard time finding the perfect gift for a few family members this holiday season until I realized they're all coffee drinkers, because obviously they are. So naturally, I hooked them up with Beanbox. They got the perfect gift for any coffee lovers in your life this holiday season. Beanbox connects coffee lovers to some of the world's best specialty coffees with expertly curated tasting flights, perfect for gifting. Coffee is a daily ritual for me, so I need it ready to go first thing in the morning. And when you have Beanbox as a subscription, that's guaranteed. You're never going to not have the coffee that you want to taste right then, every morning. Not only reliable, but also delicious. Every coffee I've tried from Beanbox has been excellent, whether it's Colombia, Costa Rica, Brazil, whatever country it's from. I'm enjoying it all from the comfort of my own coffee maker. For the coffee lover on your list, there's no better way to say happy holidays than with Beanbox. They have an endless variety of award-winning coffees with freshness guaranteed. Every Beanbox order is roasted fresh and delivered at peak flavor. Beanbox's best-selling gift options are sure to please the coffee aficionado in your life. They'll even get tasting notes and brewing tips with their box to help them make the most of the experience. They have a coffee sampler gift subscription, which provides 4 new expertly curated coffees to explore every month. Save when you give 6 months or more. Give the coffee fanatic in your life an unforgettable coffee tasting experience with Beanbox, or support your daily cup of coffee in the big time with a coffee subscription. Either way you slice it, it's a win. Order today at beanbox.com/hardfactorholiday and get 15% off purchases of $40 or more. That's 15% off purchases of $40 or more with promo code HardFactorHoliday at beanbox.com/hardfactorholiday.
You're going to want that coffee during the holiday season. Lots to do. Got to be awake. Okay. It's time for another edition of Well, That's Fucked Up. This time it's one deep dive, though, as opposed to a lightning round. And I want to ask you guys a question. Have you heard about the lawsuit the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing Act has put up against Activision Blizzard, the video game juggernaut?
No.
I've heard, I've only heard of it because I've seen all the headlines over the last few months.
So that'll make 4 of us, but I spent multiple hours today diving into it. It's a doozy. Basically, it states that Activision Blizzard runs their company with a frat boy culture and mentality, and that for years they have been condoning sexual misconduct towards female employees and discrimination in wages and discrimination in hiring practices. And I'd say, well, that's fucked up if true. Right? The lawsuit was announced in July 2021, and it came after a 2-year-long investigation that turned up evidence of actual rape, sexual assault, underpaying women at every level in the company, and such things as reference such things as men getting hammered at work, getting really drunk on alcohol, and then going cubicle to cubicle and basically pulling out their junk and harassing women at their desks and be like, hey.
This is where we heard about the Cosby room that they had at at a conference, right? Yeah.
Correct. We're going to get to that. That is part of it, for sure.
You're telling me the guys who oversee Call of Duty have this kind of a culture?
Yes. And World of Warcraft. Yes. From July, when the suit happened until now, several things happened at the company, like Blizzard CEO J. Allen Brack, who was named in the lawsuit, stepped down. Several key developers were let go for alleged sexual harassment, and their names were removed from the company directory, like the lead developer for Diablo 4, so that's probably not coming out anytime soon. Work was halted on World of Warcraft. Employees staged walkouts. Internal memos were sent to the company from executives, ranging from statements saying that the current culture and any form of harassment is unacceptable to statements saying, don't believe the lawsuit, it's full of lies, and we haven't been like this in over a decade, which is hilarious because even those admitted they were like that, but it was back in the StarCraft days. Am I right?
One point,
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at their franchise list right now, and they have the most broy lineup of games possible.
You want to read a few? Go for it.
Okay, Call of Duty, Destiny, World of Warcraft, Diablo. I mean, it's just all games basically like played by dudes.
Duke Nukem. No. Yeah. You hit the space bar and the titties come out.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Did they make
what's up with
GTA?
these guys?
No, that's what's
Sierra
Pat's?
Online.
Sierra. It's different. They don't do GTA. Guys.
Who's the Rockstar is the developer?
Rockstar. That's right. Sorry, Rockstar. Yeah, right. Right. So like, those were some of the statements come out. They were saying people were putting nuts on women's head back in the day, but not anymore. HR was also accused of shredding documents. Basically, every major Blizzard game from World of Warcraft to Overwatch had to be scrubbed. Like when someone gets caught and they have to go through their Twitter accounts, they had to go through and remove existing sexist shit in like updates, including character names of employees accused of rape. They were naming heroes in games of Overwatch after employees that were allegedly scumbags. So they had to go through all the games and remove the names of these rapists, and they had to remove like the sexist, the raid that's sexist in World of Warcraft and all this stuff. They had to go through and scrub every single game. What else did they have to do? Here's what Pat was referencing. They had a group of high-level employees nicknamed the Cosby Crew because they hung out in a giant suite every BlizzCon, which is like Comic-Con specifically for Blizzard. That's how big Blizzard is. And they would invite women into the suite and harass them. Here's a picture of them posing. Where is it? Here's a picture of them posing with an actual picture of Bill Cosby behind them in the suite.
Oh my goodness. So these dudes were just like proud of their sexual aggression.
Yeah.
Every single guy there is a multi-millionaire.
Oh yeah. And here, you want to see what they talk about and their text thread on the way to the BlizzCon Cosby
The text
Crew?
thread got leaked.
Yeah, here it is. So these are all multimillionaire developers for Blizzard, high-level employees. Dave Cossack says, I'm gathering the hot chicks for the cause. This is the suite. He's referring to Alex A. Fursabi, who's the guy who's the main guy behind the Cosby suite, said, bring them. Corey Stockton says, Greg, you on the way, ? Dave Cossack again says, you can't marry all of them, Alex. And then Alex Frosby says, I can. I'm Middle Eastern. And then Jesse McCree says, you misspelled fuck, because he said instead of marry, he can't fuck all of them. And then Greg
Jesse's
Street's
excited.
Yeah, Jesse's ready to go.
Boys who never had boys being boys.
Greg Street says, I'm at the Hilton bar right now. And Jesse McCree says, come on up to the Cos, referring to the Cosby suite. And then over on the side, Dave Cossack, I think he posted this on Facebook, said, possibly the greatest group chat in the history of mankind. Lol. So they thought it was pretty funny.
But they posted that fucking text online.
This is what
That's
happens.
how confident they were. That's how confident they were.
Nerds who never got laid millions of dollars.
Yeah, but they know Cosby's like,
Yeah,
was
they
in jail
posted
at
the picture of
time
the
for rape.
They posted the picture of them with the Cosby picture behind them too. Well, online on Facebook, like they did.
Okay.
Yeah, and the text thread. So obviously all those dudes got fired. And then the company started hiring females to really high executive positions, right? To like make up to like a spin zone. So we love females. So Julie Hodges got poached from Walt Disney Company and she became the head of HR. And then Jen O'Neill here, she was appointed co-CEO of Blizzard when former CEO J. Allen Brack stepped down in August. And O'Neill, right here, it lasted 3 months before recently quitting herself and allegedly emailing the company leadership at Activision saying things like, guys, it was clear the company would never prioritize our people the right way. She then said that she had been tokenized, marginalized, and discriminated against. She also claims she was sexually harassed at Activision prior to becoming co-CEO at Blizzard. I believe they're they're the same company. I think Activision does the distribution, development, and production of third-party games like Call of Duty, and Blizzard does the same thing, but for in-house products like
Two legs
StarCraft,
of the
Warcraft.
same beast.
Yes, same beast.
One too many nuts on the head.
She was working at Activision, then she got the co-CEO, but she said she was sexually assaulted at Activision before going to Blizzard. Then a report came out showing that she actually made significantly less money than fellow co-CEO Mike Ybarra, who they both got appointed co-CEOs at the same time when the guy stepped down, and Mike Ybarra got way more money than her because he's a dude.
Wow.
Oops.
Also, because he was there before was what they'll say, but yeah.
Bad
Well,
lawyering.
also because he didn't get sexually harassed. He
When
doesn't
you're
have that
trying to
over him.
cover that up, when you're trying to cover up sexual harassment, you should probably make sure you're paying.
She gets
equal
paid
in that,
well.
in that situation.
Yeah, a ton of other
In case
stuff
that
happened.
wasn't already your like environment. You know?
Right. This is just like a brief, these are like the cliff notes. A ton of other stuff happened in a short period of time, like the firing of at least 20 employees accused of misconduct and the canceling of BlizzCon 2022. There will be no Cosby Suite in 2022, which takes us to today. So that was from July till today. A new report came out on November 16th, as well as a scathing Wall Street Journal main article alleging that the CEO of Activision, so we talked a lot about the CEOs of Blizzard, the guy who stepped down, and then the woman who then stepped down. The CEO of Activision was not named in any of this. He allegedly, here's a picture of him. I'll just read the article's name. Where is it? Here you go. The article came out saying Activision CEO Bobby Kotick knew for years about sexual misconduct allegations at video game giant. So this just came out yesterday, and there is nothing in the article that says alleged. The title pretty specifically says we have evidence that he knew for years about all of the rapes, about all the sexual harassment, about all of the underpay, and yeah, so they were dealing with the Blizzard CEOs. Of course, the Activision CEO allegedly knew that the whole time. He'd been flying under the radar, and now he's getting caught. So guess what's happening now? A whole nother round of employee walkouts has started.
Of course,
it's been scheduled, right? Bobby is denying all allegations, saying, unlike the guy J. Allen Brack who stepped down, Bobby's not stepping down. He's saying, no, I didn't do anything wrong.
He's pulling a Succession.
Yeah, the Wall Street Journal is full of shit, and the fucking board of directors at Activision Blizzard is standing behind this guy so far.
Right.
They released a statement yesterday that said, in summary, we remain committed to the goal of making Activision Blizzard the most welcoming, inclusive company in the industry. Like, that's how can they say that with a straight face? Under the leadership of Bobby Kotick, and we remain confident he appropriately addressed workplace issues brought to his attention. End statement. Summary: he appropriately addressed them by not addressing them for years.
This is literally the plot of Succession.
Yeah. The new report did not sit well with ABK, which stands for Activision Blizzard King, which is a group of employees at the company who has formed an alliance despite allegations of union busting that also occurred this year at the company. They have formed a Twitter account, as you can see here. I've got their little profile. They say, a better ABK, Workers Alliance. It's the employees of Activision Blizzard King working together for change. These tweets are opinions and do not reflect blah, 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 blah. And it says end abuse in gaming, right? Okay. And then they released a tweet yesterday as well after this article came out. And the tweet from ABK says, we have instituted our own zero tolerance policy. This is the employees. We will not be silenced until Bobby Kotick has been replaced as CEO and continue to hold our original demand for third-party review by an employee-chosen source. We are staging a walkout today. We welcome you to join us. So Activision Blizzard is fucked.
Yeah, is the
Done.
walkout going to happen?
Every game is not being developed. World of Warcraft stopped developing. Like Diablo 4, get fucked, right? So things are not great over there. They're
gonna have to get rid of this guy. Guy.
Absolutely. If the company is going to go under if they don't get rid of him.
Well, what he's trying to do, he's trying to force people to stick with him. He's trying to split the board and keep and make
it's
at
not
least
going to
half
work.
support him. So
Call of Duty and World of Warcraft are 10 times bigger than Bobby Kotick. If they want the franchises to continue, they got to get rid of him. Also, it was announced that immediately they're going to stop production of newly acquired AAA game Womb Raider. They will not be doing Womb Raider anymore. So to this whole story, I say, well, that's fucked up. And by the way, Tomb Raider used to be Ubisoft, and now I think it's Square Enix. It was never an Activision Blizzard game. That was a joke I made. But Womb Raider, the movie, the picture I just showed, was an actual spoof film, 2003 spoof film, featuring Kara Loft instead of Lara Croft, and it boasts a 3.6 rating on IMDb.com. And the description of the movie is as follows. When wealthy treasure hunter Kara Loft meets reclusive art collector Dr. Scrotus, the sexy adventurer is thrust head on into the greatest and most dangerous erotic adventure of her life, the search for the 3 sacred wombs.
Wes, wasn't your doctor Dr. Scrotus?
No,
Yeah, that's the guy that wanted to see your wang.
no, that was Dr.
Slide down
Cole.
your shorts.
Oh, Dr. Cole.
Say Dr. Hole?
Dr. Hole. So, silver lining of the story, I'm probably going to add Womb Raider to the list of movies I need to check out during the holiday season. But
There you go. I'm looking forward to chilling out during the holiday season personally. And there's going to be a way that I'm going to do that with a little bit of help, and that's with our partner and their wonderful product, Caliper CBD. Look, guys, these guys have been on Hard Factor forever. There's a reason that they've been bringing you the shows, supporting the show since damn near day one, and it's because they have the best dissolvable, tasteless, odorless CBD in a powder form that's on the market, period. So
it's also, let me interrupt, because you, our audience, are clued in to the fact that it is the best CBD and you keep buying it. So you're one of the, you guys get it. Yeah.
Is there ever a time where you're like, man, I just don't feel right, but I don't want to have a drink, like, or I don't want to, like, imbibe in some other noise? Caliper CBD is the bridge right there. It'll cool you out. It'll chill you out. It's non-psychoactive, right? It's an extract of the cannabinoid plant, but it's non-psychoactive. It's legal. And with just like, I don't know, 1 packet, 20 milligram pack in your water, you can gulp that down and bam, you're going to Chilton. I like to do it before bed, personally. I keep my clean canteen with me. I drop it in my fill-up before bed, suck that down, and bam, I'm usually lights out. Makes my body feel good, makes my brain feel good. It's fantastic. Clinically proven to deliver 30 times more CBD in the first 30 minutes than CBD oil. They also have the Swift Sticks, which if you're on the go or, I thought it was a psychopath move, but it's not. You can just pop a Swift Stick and put it in your mouth, and it's like, wow, it's meant to do that.
You guys thought I was crazy, but it's delicious.
We did. It's good.
It's like a pixie stick of chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So I would get on it. It's all natural. It's vegan, non-GMO, free of fillers or added chemicals. No artificial flavors. You get it, right? And you get 20% off your first order, guys. If you go to TryCaliper, that's CALIPER.com/factor. That's TryCaliper.com/factor. You can try the product risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a free refund. But look, you're going to need a CBD in this new world, and Caliper should be your CBD. It should be your brand. It's ours.
20% off your first
and
order.
you can get 20% off your first order if you go to trycaliper.com.
It's going to become like a thing you do daily. Once
Well, it's just the
you
best.
already are, most of you, but like I'm sure if you have,
The ladies will be
Try
thanking
CBD.
you too.
Like literally, I've never had a better CBD. So good luck finding.
we've done the tinctures before, like in Wes's garage back in the day. Pat brought some over one time. They're crap.
Disgusting.
They're crap.
Yeah,
Tinctures
I
are
was dating a
crap.
hippie chick. She was like, try a CBD
I know.
tincture.
There's
She
like a
needs
CBD
Caliper is
stop
what she
around the
needs.
corner from our houses, and it's like $80 for like a tincture, something stupid.
But no, Caliper's the move. You guys ready to go around the world with me?
Yes.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Let's go to one of the most oppressive, least air-conditioned countries in the world. I'm talking about Iran, of course. Guys, things are heating up in the world of soccer these days, and qualifying for the 2022 Women's Asia Cup is a hot ticket item right now. And the Lady Iranians are set to take the pitch in India next year after defeating Jordan back in September with a penalty tiebreaker after a goalless draw between the two teams. And while
Big
Iran
win.
played... What's that?
Big win.
It's a huge win, right?
Yeah.
It was 2-4. I didn't know that was even a thing, but you can break the tie in certain tournaments with whoever had more penalties. And it was
right.
Jordan this day, but it was a shutout.
No, it's Iran, right? Iran had more penalties, right?
Iran won.
Yeah. They won. Yeah.
Yep. But it was a shutout, right? And the shutout can, I guess, be attributed to Iran's great play. But really, if you boil it down, it was one player that delivered the W, and that's Zoreh Kodeh, who was absolutely dominant in the match. Here's some Here's some video of her just fucking shit up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She's mad.
She's big.
Yeah, angry girl.
Frankenstein?
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe some are saying that Kudahay was a little bit too dominant because Jordan's Football Association has put forward an official petition and formal complaint to request a gender verification of the goalie, calling on the Asian Football Conference to investigate the player in question. And look, I don't know.
It's a Semenya situation.
They're saying she's a man.
Saying that she's a dude.
She's got she's got the hood over, so like you can hide, you can disguise.
It's like the Jamaican
her
sprinter.
jaw.
Yeah. What was
Look
her
at
name?
that shin.
What's
buy
the name?
it.
It's Kudahay.
I want to see this thing too.
Zorhe
She looks like a Middle Eastern version of Jaws from James Bond.
God, yeah.
Man, she looks like Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
The person I'm thinking of, it's Castor Semenya. That was
Yes,
like,
the
person
sprinter.
The sprinter.
Sprinter from
Yeah.
South Africa.
Sprinter with a 26 pack.
Yeah, who they asked for a sex verification on her as well.
Castor turned out to be transsex. I think this might be a different situation.
It might be a straight up dude.
Right. Yeah. So
Not transitioning, but just disguising
look, guys.
Just dressed
to
just
get the
dressed
W.
up as a woman.
Let me
Yeah.
just save one more time.
Yeah, let's see the save.
I mean,
Oh, just fucked it up.
cat-like reflexes
How
and a
about that?
huge frame to dive across the goal, the face of the net.
That's a
like
big cat out there.
She chugs a beer afterwards.
Because after let me read you a quote from Marham Irandust, who's the coach of the Iranian national women's team. After the Jordanian team defeat, it was natural for them to try to calm themselves under false pretexts. Right? So he's essentially saying, like, fuck you. You guys are crazy. You're just mad you're lost. But I got to say, this accusation is not without merit, y'all, because back in 2015, 8 players in the Iranians women's national football team were alleged to be men who were
The whole
waiting
team.
for their gender reassignment operations. I'm going to put the photo up. See if you can't pick them out.
Oh, wow.
The tallest guy in the back.
Number 10.
Number
Yikes.
10.
Number 3. Number 10. Number 10. Number 3.
Number
8 total.
10
How many were
is
on the
just
team? I don't know.
offensively
Wait, go
obvious.
back. Go back
Number
up.
10's
Put
got
that
his
back
full
up.
beard.
Number 10's not trying. Come on. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
They're just cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were waiting for their gender reassignment.
Sure. Yeah. And then they changed their mind again and wanted to stay dudes. After
You know
the
what
World
this
Cup.
is as soon as the rule got put in, the Iranians were just like, we're going to fuck with this rule. We're going to use this to our advantage. Like, we're going to put men in every time until they tell us that we have to take them off the team.
Who knows,
incredible.
guys?
Number 10's just juggling it. Number 10's just nutmegging everyone.
Sprinting around everybody.
Number 10 was definitely MVP of the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking everyone on the team.
Yeah.
People on the
Well,
sideline.
before I get reassigned, I might as well use this thing.
Right.
My duel.
Now, guys, performing a gender check in Iran is not as easy as it sounds, as evidenced by a comment from then President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad back in 2007. All gays had been eradicated from Iran, so no male doctor would risk breaking the country's 14-year streak by potentially awakening some latent feelings in the event that the suspicions were true and Kudahay is in fact a man. And at the same time, Iran is extremely protective of the virtue of its women and would have to stone to death the woman gadget inspector if the goalkeeper was in fact smuggling plums. So, on top of that, there's no women doctors in Iran. Regardless, to settle the dispute safely, Iranian soccer officials placed the keeper in the center circle, and they brought in the Iranian men's national team to drill frozen ropes directly at her groin area. And at the time of this recording, they're well into the third line, and the keeper is yet to flinch. So
That's called butts up, but with the crotch.
What does that
That's
tell
actual.
you?
It's actual soccer thing. They're like, let's settle
just
it.
whizzing soccer
scientific.
balls it.
They're like, let's settle it. Your captain versus ours in an arm wrestling match.
All right, let's go to Poland. Guys, video emerged yesterday of the Polish military using a water cannon to keep migrants at bay who were trying to cross the Belarusian border into Poland. And Polish authorities are accusing Belarus of, I guess, weaponizing migrants and utilizing guards to gather the migrants at the Belarusian and Polish border.
God.
You see what's going on there?
Blasting them
That
with
guy
the fire
got
hose.
wrecked.
Yeah, they're just blasting them with a fire hose.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's a fucked up
Jeez.
situation on that border. But Poland was going to do something, because they say
Look
Belarus is
Look at the
crowding
middle to the
border.
bottom right. This person gets thrown into the fence. Poof.
Whoa,
Look at that. That
is
person got
fucking
wrecked.
powerful.
That person
Right.
got absolutely crushed.
It's essentially like the strength of a fire engine blasting you.
Water cannon, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the Polish authorities are accusing Belarus of weaponizing these migrants, right? And the guards are gathering these migrants and pushing them to the border of the two countries, and they're just getting like pushed back and forth between the borders like a treatable with antibiotics STD in an on again off again relationship. Like you take them, now you take them. Except it's not chlamydia, it's migrants, right? And
Well, Poland's not letting any of them in.
some of them are getting in.
Really?
Yeah, and then getting pushed back.
Trying to not let them in.
Trying. So the conflict, guys, took place just a day after the EU agreed to impose new sanctions against Belarus, which it accuses of using vulnerable refugees and migrants to launch a hybrid attack on its borders, right? And the Belarusian migrants, who are mostly Middle Eastern, returned an equally primitive but location-appropriate attack on the Polish forces, hurling rocks at the Polish troops. And many humanitarian organizations applauded the Polish military for using non-lethal means of deterrent in lieu of deadly force. But when asked for comment, the Polish military spokesman seemed confused, saying, "These water cannons are the strongest firepower we have."
That's big. That's big for the Polish military.
Get it? It's a Polish joke. Come on.
Pushing the limit.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's take it over to China. There's a crisis coming out of China. It's been reported that a large shipment of Beanie Babies have been stranded aboard a flotilla of slow boats coming from China and may be in danger of not making it through immigration in time to be adopted
minute.
for the holidays.
Is this a joke that we're so backed up that a toy from 15 years ago is not getting through?
It's not
Is this-
that joke. Beanie Babies are still
They're
very
still a
relevant,
thing?
and this
Still
news has
popular, huh?
devastated Midwestern elementary school teachers and 90-day fiancé contestants everywhere. They are
Oh,
upset.
you're not getting anything. Yeah, I ordered a soccer jersey, Inter Milan. I mean, it's a beautiful jersey. It's never going to get here.
Well, that's what you think, Will.
Never
That's
gonna
what you think. But you don't know Ty Warner, the Chicago billionaire whose namesake are attached to each and every Beanie Baby. Because in a twist of fate, Warner has taken to the skies to prevent the supply chain issues from ruining Christmas, booking an entire, fleet of cargo planes to airlift his signature stuffed animals off the slow boats and onto American soil, which is a delight.
Oh, shit.
In other news, Mike Edwards, the founder and volunteer of the rescue group Project Exodus, told NatSec Daily that at least 9 American citizens are still in Afghanistan who've contacted the U.S. government seeking rescue and haven't heard back.
So they need to get
Yeah,
in touch
but
with the
come
Beanie
on.
Baby guy.
Yeah, you can't blame Ty for not rescuing these
Look,
people.
you got to put
Yeah.
Saying allocation of resources,
the
you
Beanie
fucking
Baby guy.
shithead.
What I'm saying is the Beanie
no,
Baby
he's
guy.
getting the people that are Beanie Babies. He's
Get
separate
the
the
Americans
two.
out of Afghanistan.
Right,
Don't
correct.
blame
So
Ty. Blame the
that's
American
Biden's
government.
fault. That's
Yeah.
so.
You don't think it's funny when you see that he
I
has a
think it's
cargo?
I think he's a hero. I think he's giving everyone their Christmas
I think
presents.
he
is
could
funny.
be a hero on two
Yeah.
fronts, Pat. Let him
Yeah.
get the Beanie Babies first, and
That's right.
let him fly him over Afghanistan, get
Then
everybody out.
Get
You know what he's doing?
Flip it and do it the other way.
You know what
around.
he's doing? No,
But
you know what
the
he's doing?
government doesn't even care.
He's shining a light on it, as you can see, that he can get his Beanie Babies to people, but
There you go.
the U.S. government can't get the people out of Afghanistan.
Ty's
That's
about Ty.
well, I mean, if you're in the
Well, there's also,
inventor of Beanie Babies, you think you're gonna have an
Saying that
ego?
it's more
You think you
important
might
than
have an ego?
There's also like 100 Americans left in Afghanistan.
So
right?
if your
Like a
company's
lot that
entire
you could get
products were
and
sitting there
allies,
and you
right?
could get
So-
them out, you would say, I should solve cancer first?
Well, 100. How many? What does that weigh in Beanie Babies? Will 100? How many Beanie Babies?
Well, that's a lot of Beanie Babies because people are much heavier than Beanie Babies. So,
Ty should solve every world problem before he gets his
What if
Beanie
we put a
Babies
little
to people.
TY sticker on them on those Americans over there? Would he want to get them out then?
Think you're a little
probably
harsh on
would.
Ty. Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
would.
well, he absolutely would get him out quickly
Yeah.
if they all had tie stickers on them.
This one's Sergeant Snake.
That's a good idea, Pat.
Yeah, just scared Beanie Babies.
Dress
Major
them all up as
move.
Beanie
Dress them
Babies.
all like,
The
Princess
cow
Diana.
Yeah.
He's there in a second. He's there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you're being hard on Ty. I'll tell you what, the
General Gruff. He's a dog, and he's a general.
what is it, Ladybugs with
John Brandis.
That was the best story I've ever heard. The Iranian women soccer team is unreal story.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They ladybugs them.
I mean, Pat, you're right. Like, I'm glad that you brought up the Afghanistan thing. I mean, we should keep bringing it up every once in a while because people literally have just moved on.
I mean, let's be honest.
Show me number 10 again.
Well, I was just looking for a joke, and I Googled people still in Afghanistan. That was from today. So Americans.
Show me number 10.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. Like people just fucking.
He needs that shirt to hang over his crotch because,
Yeah.
Number 10. Yeah, he's
flat chested.
I can't believe they put him in front.
Yeah, look at the goalie.
We're just doing the slideshow of the.
Look at the hands. Look at the size of the hands on the goalie.
Look at the chin.
It's bigger than the soccer ball.
It looks so much like Jaws.
Huge butt chin. Yeah.
No one's gonna be satisfied till they see her naked.
The funniest part of that too is like the Jordan, the Jordan head of Jordan football used to be the vice president of all of FIFA, and he's the one throwing a fit. He's like, "This is bullshit."
Well,
yeah,
he runs a pretty crappy organization with FIFA, so
that's true.
Someone's
that's what I'm saying. Like he's corrupt too
for pulling this person's pants down in Iran.
Yeah, if you're Iran or any football team, like national soccer team for that matter. You should be wanting to break the rules because FIFA is so fucking dirty. Like,
no one's pulling that goalie's pants down. She'll choke slam him with those hands, those mitts of hers.
Oof, yeah, it's dangerous. All right, guys, the holidays are approaching. You need to save some money, right? You need a little extra money lying around, maybe to buy some gifts, maybe to get some bean box. How are you going to do that? Well, you can consolidate your credit cards and save a shit ton of money on those high interest credit card balances with LightStream, right? So LightStream offers credit card consolidation loans with rates starting at 4.98 APR with auto pay and excellent credit, much lower than the national average interest on credit cards at 19% APR, which is just robbery.
Say so, yeah.
Plus, your rate is fixed, so as rates continue to rise, your low rate won't budge. There are no fees, and you can even get your money as soon as the day you apply. LightStream believes the people with good credit deserve a better loan experience, and that's exactly what they deliver. And just for our listeners, apply now and get a special interest rate discount and save even more. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/factor, lightstream.com/factor. Subject to credit approval, rates range from 4.98 APR to 19.99 APR, include 0.5 auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information. Right.
Look at the guy behind Wes.
That's Frank Towers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Frank. We're about to talk about Frank Towers. Yeah. So, guys, if you think you're having a bad day, I want you to take a look at 44-year-old Frank Towers. There he is.
Look at that hair.
That is the picture of a man who has completely lost his mind and whose relationships, as he currently knows them, have now come to an end.
So he's got a what's that called? Like a horseshoe head, where it's completely bald on top and just has the hair on the sides and back. Right. And in his mugshot, one of the two sides of the horseshoe is sticking completely straight out.
And if you look at his nose, there's a little possible
punch in the face.
Well,
punch
more on that later.
Yeah. It's all fucked up and red and crooked.
It looks like he's trying to do the kingpin hair.
Right.
But he doesn't have enough to do it with the thing on the side. Like at the end of the last scene of Kingpin when their comb overs are all in the air. Yeah.
He's in trouble.
Where did it all go?
So, like I said, his relationship's probably come to an end. That's because last Friday at the Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, Frank had himself a day. First Frank was feeling a little angry, so surveillance footage shows Frank going around and punching and headbutting monitors in the airport. Maybe he didn't like that his flight was delayed or that he wasn't on the 12:30 flight to Maui that was on time. There's also he also threw a chair at a TSA agent to display his frustration. But then his anger turned to horniness, right? And the surveillance footage from around 3 a.m. shows Frank stripping naked and jerking off right there in the airport. And again, this is 3 a.m., so ample places to get Yeah.
This is, you got to get Frank to where he needs to be before 3 a.m. This is on the airlines.
You can't have Frank wander around the airport at 3 a.m. I mean, there's ample places to jerk off in an airport at 3 a.m. Next time you're in an airport at 3 a.m., look around and take note of all the places you could jerk off.
Any bathroom.
No one. Yeah.
There's a guy that lived at the airport for months.
Right.
They made a movie about it. Yeah.
Tons of places. Anyway, yeah. So, you could do it anywhere. And lots of spots. I also searched masturbating at airport, and you would not believe how many pics are out there of dudes just pulling their dicks out in the waiting areas. It's like its own genre. I found this one. This guy, he's just sitting.
Why is he so angry?
He's just sitting in the airline.
Why is he so mad?
No, he's giving someone a sexy look, Pat.
Yeah.
He's biting his lip.
That's a sexy look.
Yeah.
That looks no. That's not sexy.
That's a sexy look.
I'm about to depart.
Right.
Why does he have two watches on?
I'm on time.
2 watches. He looks like he's about to sexually assault someone.
One's to time himself for how long it takes him to try to get a personal record for how short he can do it in the airport.
Yeah. It's amazing how many the pictures you can find.
I did it in the bathroom once, right?
Yeah, it's
Can't
true.
play.
Frank just did it. I don't think Frank did
stones.
Frank didn't do it in the bathroom though. He just did it out where the surveillance.
No, Mark, in the
him.
bathroom's very different than stripping naked on a CCTV and jacking off just in the chairs.
So and so, please come get your baggage at gate. I was like, shut up. Stop making announcements.
That's what gets me going.
Say my name again.
Mark Borgie.
Stop jerking off in the urinal and stall.
Calling Mark Borgie. Oh man. Anyway, after Frank cured his horniness, he got angry again. So he confronted another TSA agent, telling him he was going to kill him. And then he turned his
jacking off.
Yeah, after jacking off. Yeah. And then he turned
face value at this point.
Then he turned his anger to other airport employees, and he threw one of those like rope holder poles at them, the stanchion or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
At that point, police were on the scene and foolishly tried to calm Frank down, but he wasn't having it. Officers told him to drop the rope pole, but Frank said he didn't have to because, quote, it's a free country. Which I think was probably his philosophy when he jerked off earlier. Like, it's a free country, Frank. It's a free country.
This is like bizarro will in a world without societal rules. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm with Frank in the fact that he's doing what he wants, but I understand though that Frank is they're gonna have to pull Frank back down to earth here in a second.
Yes,
Frank's like a stray cat that found himself in a place he's not used to.
Right. Yeah. He's like that dinosaur in the Jurassic World. He doesn't know anything else except for himself, and he just goes wild once he gets out,
destroying all the couches.
Yeah.
The more police that came in, the more angry Frank got, like a cat.
Yeah. So after more anger, Frank then began to feel a little paralyzed. That's because as he advanced on police, they tased the shit out of him, and he dropped like a sack of potatoes, and they took him into custody, and he's been charged with 4th-degree assault and threats of violence. He's still in jail. He has not yet posted $30,000 bail because nobody wants to talk to Frank anymore.
Right before the holidays, any relationships he has with family, which are probably not good,
they're all gone.
The test Frank does every year.
Yeah.
See how high he can get bail, and see who really comes through.
He's got one niece that still kind of talks to him. He's holding on to
Frank.
Doesn't know the
Frank
rules.
love me to pay this 30 after what I did.
Mom, I've really done it this time. What do you know? Frank also
his mom's died of stress by now.
Yeah, he's got 3 pending assaults out there in Olmsted County. So bad year for Frank.
So Frank's just assaulting people on a regular basis.
Yeah, he does what he wants.
3, yeah. So if he's got 3 assaults, he's done at least 30 because you don't get charged for every one.
Right. So
Frank's a psycho, man.
He is a psycho. But hey, at least you're not Frank, right? And that's gonna do it for Hard Factor. As we'll put it pretty great in the beginning, so I'm not gonna go over all that stuff. But when we do launch the season, if you bought one of those, that'd be awesome. That would be really appreciated. It'd really help us out. So we'll let you know when it's up.
When's that dropping, Wes?
Hopefully by the end of this week. Our guy is working hard on it. So no promises, but we will let you know as soon as it is. Follow us on Instagram and you'll be the first to know. Twitter as well, So anyway, that's that. We love you. Have a great fucking day.